I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, September the 6th. Had kind of a slow start to the week with Labor Day being on Monday. Didn't have any of our big high volume regular feeder cattle auctions and don't really have a good idea of what's going to go on around the market. On Tuesday, you look at the board, live cattle futures, the October contract was down 72 cents to end the day on Tuesday at 104.42. October feeder cattle down $1.05 at 142.50. Not any real reason that the board was down like that. You look at a lot of the publicly traded markets were down, stocks were down and different things. Your weighted average on last week's fat cattle trade, that's the bad thing there. Only sold 62,300 head in the 5-area feeding region compared to a light week the week before of only 75,000 head. Compare that to a year ago, we sold 94,300 head. So not being aggressive enough marketing these fat cattle, especially in the face of big market ready numbers and big carcasses and a down market to boot. But you look at the weighted average, 104.66 on live steers. That was down 212. 165.71 for dress steers, down $3.99. So, you know, we've had several weeks here of big down markets. You'd think maybe the losing would take a little break and maybe we'd hit a steady market, but I don't see where we're going to find any support. We're not finding any support on the board. We know we've got a lot of cattle that are ready right now. The carcasses are big. We continue to have decent exports and demand for beef, but the box beef cutout values have drifted a lot lower here now. They are starting to sell it at higher volumes now because they've gotten it down there so cheap. But you know, whenever we haven't been marketing aggressively enough, that's a problem. We just hope maybe the packers are short bought enough that they'll have to get a little bit more aggressive and maybe come in here and try to buy some cattle up early in the week. But the heck of it is, you're this early into a new month, they can just continue to put pressure on the market and pull captive supplies here early in the month. So we're not sure what we're going to be able to do. We may be able to keep things close to steady, but the bad part of it is your live market late in the week was 103 to 104, so that's still going to be lower than what the bulk of our trade was. I'd really doubt that we could hold $1.05, but and some people think we'd be lucky to keep it in the triple digits, and we may be going under $1. But just not a lot of support in your fed cattle trade. Look at your feeders. That's a better deal. Your real-time index on Beef Market Central, based on an 800-pound steer, it's sitting at 144.37 late on Tuesday. That's $1.37 higher than the end of last week. The few sales that they had come in on Monday were higher. They had some special sales. One sale in particular, Russell, Iowa, which is a good sale. They tend to have a special on Labor Day. This was their 10th annual barbecue special on Labor Day, and they're always barn burners. They had over 6,000 head of cattle. Good prices on everything. Good prices, of course, on your big feeding cattle, as your farmer feeders in that area and the guys that had orders for them were buying those cattle up a lot higher than what the market is. Just trying to get some true yearlings with a lot of quality to them right before they get busy with harvest. But what was most impressive to me, they had some fancy light steer calves. 112 of them weighed 336 at $2.44 a pound. The bigger brothers, 115 of them weighed 413 at $221.50. I thought those were pretty good prices. Just kind of a market sale barn there on Tuesday. West Plains, Missouri, at Ozarks Regional Stockyards had just short of 2,000 head there. Call the market unevenly steady, so it's really kind of where we're at. We're just unevenly steady. There hasn't been a big enough run of cattle, really just a market type cattle compared to last week that we can see where the market's at. Like that big run at Russell, they hadn't had a sale in a month really worth reporting, so it's hard to tell what's going on. an individual quote on Tuesday that I thought was a pretty good indicator of the market and pretty strong. Riverton, Wyoming, 2:30 on Tuesday afternoon, 86 head weight, 764 at 155. That's your feeder flash for Wednesday.